Hello, this is Vinyl Rich. This is my first video. Um, I always liked music, even as a little kid. The first music I really remember, there was always music in the house, but the first music I really, oh wow, I like that, was Buck Owens. Um, I guess the song Under Your Spell Again and some of his other early stuff. That just sticks out of my head. Um, I'm from Bakersfield, so that could be it. Buck Owens used to give free concerts out at Hart Park every summer, and he was the first person I ever saw perform live in concert. And this isn't the album, but yeah, this is Buck. Great music. And then my parents are both from London. I don't know how they went from London to Bakersfield, but that's that's their story. And I remember, I guess it was '63, is it? My mom, oh yeah, you gotta watch this. I want you to watch this, and you need to watch this. And I remember the whole family were sitting in front of the TV, and Ed Sullivan goes, "Here's the Beatles," or whatever, and as soon as I think it was on the first note, it was like, oh yeah, this is the music I like, you know? And that's when I really got into music. And I guess in the 60s I mainly bought 45s, Beatle 45s. I think I have them in a little box somewhere. They're not in good shape. Love and Spoonful, I used to buy them. I remember my brother, he bought more Rolling Stones than I did. And he liked the Doors more than I did. I don't know, and then as the 60s gone on, I remember my friend Mark Margrave came over to my house and he brought over Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? And he put it on, and we're listening, like, oh, this guy can't, I didn't like it. I go, this guy can't even sing, you know? And then, I guess it was, I don't know how long passed, and, it grew on me, and that's when I really started expanding, and I started buying albums, or I would always have my parents buy me records for Christmas, and for Easter we would get to pick a record. I remember that's how I got the White Album, and I don't know, all Monkees albums. I used to like the Monkees. Anyways, when I got into high school, a little bit older, I even before I got into high school, I quit buying the 45s, and I just bought albums. And back then, me and my brother, we used to go bargain, we'd go to it used to be, I think they were 33 cents each, you could get records, and we would go through those, and we'd just blind buys, and get them, and got quite a few good records that way. And I remember this one store, I think it was called Whitefront, it went out of business, and all their records were, they were cheap, and we got a lot of records there. And I continued to buy records in college, and then I remember it was December of '76. I was going to Cal State LA, and we decided, me and my girlfriend at the time, we went to the Whiskey A Go Go, and we saw Tom Petty was the opening band, and Blondie was the headliners. This is before Blondie, I believe, had an album, and it was great, man. I go, wow, this is really cool music, And because I'd kind of gotten tired of rock in the '70s. I liked Bowie. I liked some of the later Elton John stuff. Later by like '74 on. I liked Rock of the Westies. I liked that album. And but I was starting to get into jazz when I was in high school. I guess around '70. I remember buying On the Corner when it came out. I liked that. All the Miles Davis, from In a Silent Way up until The one that He Loves You Madly's on, or whatever that one is called, but he's got these giant glasses. But this Blondie concert, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was revitalized rock. It was, I don't know, I liked it. And there was a couple of punk rockers in the crowd. I mean, full decked out. And in fact, I think the guy that's in the Devo Satisfaction video, the one where it flips, does backflips and lands on his back, or he does somersaults and lands on his back. He was there, and he was doing that on the stage while Blondie was playing. And one thing about Tom Petty is, we were sitting there and we're going, man, that guy, he looks like a skeleton, you know. He was skinny as a rail and his face all sucked in. This is way before he had an album out. And so I started going to punk gigs and all that, and then in the 80s, CDs came out, and I never did sell my records like a lot of people. But I did start buying CDs. I'm not one of those people that, oh, it's got to be on vinyl, or oh, it's got to be CD. I bought both, And in fact, the first CD I bought, I really wasn't impressed with. It was, I remember I bought my CD player, and oh man, I'm going to get Led Zeppelin too, Because that was one of the first records that blew my mind. And, the first time I heard that, it was like, what the? And I put the CD on, and it was like, real muddy. It was, I don't know, it wasn't real clear at all. I'm sitting there with my friend Robert, and I'm like, what the? This sounds like crap, Let me go get my record. So I got the record out, put it on. Hell, the record sounded better, It was like, so my first experience with CDs wasn't that great, but I don't dislike CDs. They're a real clean sound, and a lot of let's be honest, a lot of the music now is recorded digitally, so what's the big deal about buying it on analog? It's a digital recording, But anyways, I remember going to Middle Earth Records. It was a record store that's where I bought a lot of my records. Probably most of my records are from Middle Earth. And I went in there, and there was all these Beatle records there. I guess somebody had traded in their whole vinyl collection and got CDs, and I picked up this one. Boy, I wish I would have got them all. And I got it for cheap. $1, maybe $2, something like that. Boy, I wish I would have got them all, because there was about close to 10 of these there, And so my brother introduced me to the vinyl community, and I probably more than a year, maybe almost 2 years ago, and I really didn't. I watched one video, and whatever, And then last October of 2014, I started watching them on my iPhone on my spare time. I just got really into it, and I thought, what, this is cool, And up until that time, in the year of 2014, up to that, there's only 3 record stores that I would go to. Underground Records in Bakersfield. When I was in Bakersfield to visit my parents, I would go there. Mainly pick up some 45s. I remember I picked up Vicious Burger by the Sex Pistols there. Whatever. I didn't buy any albums there. I mainly got DVDs. He had a lot of live DVDs, or not official releases. And I really like that. He doesn't, all he sells now are albums. He doesn't sell the DVDs anymore there. The other record store that I would go to was TKO Records in Huntington Beach. And it's all punk rock, or, that post-punk, I guess people call it, or hardcore. And last year I picked up this album there, Dinner with Red Kross. It's a double record. One's red, one's blue, I believe. It has the song "Play My Song." It's like a 12-inch, the one record. Then the second record is an interview disc, and let's see, Red Kross tells the truth about T.J. Hooker, Robbie Fields, Night Ranger, Joan Baez, Motley Crue, the Los Angeles Police Department. I have a few stories about them. Eric Estrada, George Harrison, Jim and Tammy Faye, Stryper, the Partridge Family, Elton John, Kiss, and Suzi Quatro. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't have it, and I have most of their stuff, so I had to get that. So, and the other record store that I would go to is Amoeba Records in Hollywood. Up until that point, I bought no vinyl there. Only CDs, DVDs. I got some really good Miles Davis DVDs there, Muddy Waters DVDs. That store is amazing. If any of you ever come to LA and you're into vinyl, go to Amoeba. Well, anyways, so I go, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna start buying vinyl. So I went to Amazon, and I mean I would buy some CDs from Amazon. I thought gonna buy an album. So there's this one band, Gnod, that I had read about in Shindig magazine, which is a great magazine. I wish I would have had one right here so I could show it up. And because I had bought a CD by them, and it's I don't know the name of it right offhand. I'm not going to pull it right now. It has this wishing well on it. Really great. I mean, it's just, I don't know what you call it, droney. The bass is so loud. I mean, it's just, and it kind of just gets into repetitious. And the singer, he's singing, but he's not really singing. It's almost like the voice is another instrument, and it's really cool. I mean, I liked it. It's not for everyone, I don't think, but I liked it. And so I started looking online, and I picked up this. This is my first album on Amazon. Excuse me. And it's, I don't know if you can see that. And Gnod We Trust. And the back side is a picture of the Pope. And it's two songs, like I think one's 20 minutes, one's like 15, 16 minutes. And it's pretty cool. It's real cool. The only problem is it's got like a little, it's not quite an inch, split seam at the top. Brand new record, for Christ's sake, And it's like, what the heck, This sucks. I'm returning this. So I went back on eBay and looked. I paid $28 for this, $26, something like that. I went back on eBay, and because when I bought that, it said it was the last one available. So I went on eBay, and they were selling for $48 now. I was like, dang, shit. I kept it. Let's put it that way. So I thought, let me see if I can get some of their stuff on CD. And their stuff isn't really available on CD. Or it's more expensive than the vinyl. So I go, I'll give them another chance. So I bought this Gnod. It's a split. Gnod on one side and this band Shit and Something on the other side. It's on Rocket Records. Great label. And I bought one other one. I don't know how to pronounce this one. The Summer Blast Hell or whatever. I don't know. It's still in the shrink. It's there you go. It's pretty cool. Really good artwork on these albums. Yeah. So I got those three. Another record that I bought from Amazon was Ty Segall's Melted. That's really cool. This is a good album. It's not his best album, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like Ty Segall. I believe he plays all the instruments. His best album, his newest album is this one right here, Manipulator. Check that out, dude. This is a really good record. Yeah, I like that record a lot. And then the last album I bought on Amazon it's a comp. It's Love, Peace, and Poetry, American Psychedelic Music. I think mostly from the 60s, the back cover, just some model in a bikini, you know, one of those. And then in the inside it shows all the album, I guess the original album art. And it's pretty cool. I have a couple of CDs. I won't pull one. Is this one? Yeah, I have a couple of CDs. This one is Mexican Psychedelic Music, which is a pretty cool one. And this one is Latin American Psychedelic. But yeah, there's a whole series of those, and they're pretty cool. But this one came, and it has a 3-inch split on the bottom. And I'm going, come on, man, this is another brand new. It's in the shrink, whatever, you know. So that was the Amazon. I'm done with you, you know. So I started looking into, you know, I'm going to check out eBay. I've never bought anything on eBay, you know. The very first record I bought on eBay, $3.99. I couldn't believe it was on there for that. I, you know, put in my bid and I won. I guess I was the only one that bid on it. It's Red Kross, Researching the Blues. This is their newest record. Came out in 2012. The back cover, Red Kross. They're one of my favorite bands from the 80s. They're great. And you know, I thought, oh, this is cool, you know. So I started buying some records from eBay. I'll show that on another video. I'll show a few that I got. But even on, you know, buying on eBay was a learning experience for me. I bought this one here, Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. You know, everybody knows this one, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. And you know, it said it was in good shape, so I thought, okay, cool, you know. The cover's supposed to be very good. It has a little blemish right there, and the cover is in pretty good shape. But the one thing I did find out is, as far as rating records, I didn't know nothing about it. Good means not very good at all, you know. It was in bad shape. And I guess very good means it's, you know, kind of good, you know. So, you know, I learned that this, you know, it was a learning experience. Another learning experience is I put a bid on this one, the Cramps. What is it? The 77 demos. It's a silk. This is not an official release by any means. This is silk screened on there. It's the back. It says, what is it? Fan Club 1 out of 700. You know, probably everybody that buys it gets the number 1. You know. I don't know. But anyways, I put in a bid and it said you've been outbid, you know. Well, oh well. So I put in another bid and it said you've been outbid. So I go, whatever, you know, I'm not gonna go crazy. So I saw this version of it. Let me show this. It's everybody seems to like to look at the vinyl. It's the one I put a bid on. It's a purple vinyl, red label. And so I thought, well, I got outbid. This one here was just, you know, pay, I don't know what it was, and you can just get it. So I got this one, you know. I thought, I'll just get this one. It's on white marble. It's supposed to be white and black. I don't know, whatever, you know. It has this little line, but other than that, it's pretty much a white marble. I mean, a white vinyl. It doesn't have the sticker on the back. It just says that, whatever that label name is, Ambassador Records. So, you know, I got that one, and then I ordered it. Then, I don't know, 2 days later, I got a message, oh, you won, you know, the first Cramps, you're the winner. And I'm thinking, what? It said I was outbid, you know. So I contacted them, and they said, oh, yeah, we have a lot of problem with our mobile app. You know, sometimes we have some problems with the mobile app. I order all the stuff on my iPhone. Something, they said you can return it, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, you know what, I'll keep it and I'll give it away or whatever, you know. So, you know, this is a learning experience for me. I'm new to all this stuff. There's a cat in Griffith Park. He sets his drum set up out there. He just plays, you know, out this little part next to the mountains, and it's a little grassy part, and under these couple of trees, he's just sitting out there and he just plays drums. And I talked to him. He said he was from this band, The New Birth, in the 70s. So I checked them out, and I saw one of their records on there. It's a promo. You can't really see it, but it says right here. Ain't no big thing, but it's growing. Really cool album, kind of funky, you know. I like it. I like this kind of music. And this is the back side. Probably the early 70s, 71, you know, very early. I'd never heard of them. And yeah, that was cool. Another record I got, it has all the inserts and whatever, but I'm not going to pull them out. It's a Boston hardcore record. This is Boston, not LA. You know, I have a lot of punk records. Living in LA, you know, I was here when it blew up. And I have a lot of LA punk bands. Some New York, some Chicago, Washington D.C. But I didn't really have any Boston, you know. So I thought, oh, this is a good place to start. I've heard of these bands, and I've actually seen some of them. Yeah, this is really good. Really cool album. Really good hardcore album. Another record I picked up on eBay. Didn't have. I love this band, the Standells. Dirty Water. It's got Dirty Water, and sometimes good guys don't wear white on it. Really good record. It's got Rari. That's another good song. It's got covers. It's got 19th Nervous Breakdown by the Stones, you know. Back then, they didn't trust these bands, you know. They made them do covers. Another record I got two more here, a couple more here, and then I'm done. I mean, it's already 22 minutes. This is my first video, man. You guys probably all turned me off by now. Is a Fat Mattress. This is a record my brother got, probably, you know, white front, or, you know, those 33-cent. It's a No Reddings band. You know, this is the inside. Really good album. I always liked it. I saw it on eBay. I picked it up. Really good album. Fat Mattress. That's their first album, and I think it's really their only good one. I also bid on a couple of H.P. Lovecraft. I didn't get the first album. I was outbid. And I just put in a bid, and if I get outbid, oh well. Second one, though, I was the only one that bid on it. And it's pretty good. It's got a really cool album cover. It's not as good as their first album, but check that out. Let's see. I'm new at this too. Really cool. This is a good album. And then the last record I'm going to show. It's probably not a grail. I don't know what their definition of a grail is. Or a record that's worth $500. For me, it's a grail. A grail is a record that, you know, really means a lot to me. This is a record my cousin Mark had, and it's Pink Floyd's Relics. Great album. Let me see if there you go. Really good album. It's a comp. Came out in the early 70s. This one is a German press. It's too glary. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's got Arnold Layne, See Emily Play. It's really early comp. I mean, I like Pink Floyd. I like their early stuff. After Syd Barrett left, they really didn't get into their stride until Metal came out. And Metal on, there's some really great albums there too. I mean, I'm not a hater on the later Pink Floyd at all, but I do like the Syd Barrett stuff. And that's it for my first video. I'd like to dedicate this video to my daughter Jessica. She's the one person that really encouraged me to do this. My wife thinks I'm crazy. And see you later. See you later, guys.